The founders and teams who raise capital the fastest aren't necessarily the smartest. They're the ones who can read nuance, people, investors, and buyers in real time. Because in a tight and uncertain funding climate like we have today, you need every edge. There's a skill that can help you raise faster, close stronger, and choose the right investors. And almost nobody's talking about it. So if you're a founder, business owner, or part of a team raising capital, you already have this skill. You're probably just not using it. Not because you don't embody it, but because nobody showed you how to turn it on. And if you're not using it, you're walking into pitches and investor decisions with one hand tied behind your back. But when you do use it, even in a market where raising money feels like pulling teeth, you can secure capital, extend your runway, and choose investors that are going to accelerate your vision instead of derailing it. It's not a slide, a framework, or even your product market fit. It's what I call full spectrum intelligence. And yes, it includes what most people call intuition. And it can change the game. This isn't woo, it's physics. Your brain and your body is designed to scan, receive, and interpret invisible data in real time. That's what's happening. It's information that never shows up in the spreadsheets, dashboards, or even in AI. Like a dolphin with sonar or an IoT device pinging the cloud, your brain and body are reading millions of microdata all the time, including emotion, timing shifts, ideas, solutions, red flags, green lights, hesitation, momentum, everything that our eyes don't see. And this is how, when you're raising capital, you know when to lean in, when to pivot, and who's actually a fit, long before the data makes it obvious. And you already use it. You're naturally intuitive. You saw an opportunity that others didn't see. That's why you're building what you're building. So in this video, we're going to talk about something that you've never heard in your accelerator program, your MBA, or maybe even your pitch coaching. It's why full spectrum intelligence is one of the most powerful and overlooked competitive advantages in raising capital and choosing the right partners to scale. So let's start with the pitch. You don't win deals because you talk more. You win deals because you read the room better. Fundraising and pitching isn't about the perfect slides or the frameworks. It's about what you can sense with the humans that are in the room in real time, right? So you walk into a room, chairs shift, eyes flicker, people are looking down. The room smells like cold brew and evaluation. Most people think that the pitch is logical. It's not. It's energetic, it's emotional, it's timed. And this is where full spectrum intelligence and intuition can really help you. Because you're not just using your brain, you're using your body and your multisensory awareness to perceive what isn't being said. Who's leaning in, who's clocking out, who smells risk, who smells upside. When you're giving a pitch, your mind is racing. Yes, I get it. It's going a million miles a minute. You're planning what you need to say, how you're going to handle objections, how you're positioning risk, and protecting your story. But what you have to learn to do is compartmentalize that part of your brain and get out of your head and also into your body. Get into your full spectrum intelligence, your intuition, and your multi-sensory awareness, because that's the part of you that's picking up tone shifts, interest spikes, micro hesitations, and maybe where trust is quietly opening. So if you're only paying attention to your script and your objections, you're gonna miss everything else that matters. And again, it's not woo, it's signal, it's physics. This game isn't played in words, it's played in what lives underneath them. So when you practice and learn to trust your intuition and your multisensory awareness, something changes. You pivot your language to what lands on their mental map. You adjust your pacing, maybe you anchor your presence. You meet people where they are. You start modulating the room, not just pitching. Investors and buyers are wired for risk before they're wired for opportunity. Your full spectrum intelligence helps you feel the exact moment they slide into doubt and before they say anything. So moving on to Q&A, right? During Q&A, you can stop answering the surface questions and you start to answer the real question that is underneath. Maybe you feel their contraction. So then you answer the question that's the fear, not just what they said. Or maybe you back off a little bit because that's what they need right now. And when something lands, you feel it. And instead of rushing past it, you expand it. You go deeper. You lock it in. Because they're not betting on slides. They're betting on your awareness, your adaptability, and your ability to see around corners. your ability to lead through the unknown. And that starts in the pitch. That's what protects their capital. That's what protects their IRR. And when they feel that in the pitch, they can relax. And when they relax, the check or the wire doesn't feel so risky. It feels obvious. So stop forcing, stop pushing, stop convincing. Start reading, start adjusting, and start trusting what your body and your awareness already know. Because when people feel safe, seen, and understood, they don't hesitate. They commit to you. Okay, so the second way, intuition and what I call full spectrum intelligence gives founders, teams, and business owners a massive edge with raising capital. It's in choosing the right investors and protecting your company from the wrong ones. Because raising money isn't just about getting the yes, that's the first part. It's about who sits at your table and technically your cap table. On paper, some investors and funds, yes, they look incredible. They have big names, strong partners, portfolio services, vertical integration, and some of them, yes, are truly great. But maybe some of them are not great for you. Some investors look impressive, yes, but could quietly drain you. Others are quieter, less flashy, but very aligned. And your full spectrum intelligence knows the difference if you're paying attention. This is where your intuition matters more than any term sheet. Because once you take the money, this is a marriage, right? Honestly, sometimes longer than most marriages. You're not just taking capital, you're taking their energy, their voice, their influence, and their pressure. And it needs to be the right fit for you. You know, the decision doesn't live in your logical mind. Humans don't make decisions that way. Your intuition gives you access to the green flags and the red flags that you're never going to see in due diligence. Your brain and your body evolved to sense danger and spot opportunity. That's exactly what you're using here. Maybe you feel control issues hiding behind helpful support, or ego masked as partnership, or performative support versus real holistic support when things get hard, because they will. The wrong investor won't just slow you down, they can quietly destroy your company. And some of the most aligned investors don't look perfect on paper. Sometimes it's the one who really gets you, believes in the way you think and see the market, or who brings value that doesn't show up on a website. Great teams don't just chase money, they choose alignment. Because the right capital doesn't just fund your company, it protects it. So look, hopefully you can now see that your full spectrum intelligence and your intuition is not a soft skill. It's a serious edge. And honestly, it can make the whole game faster, cleaner, and way more fun. I mean, I've been there. I followed a massive, audacious vision that didn't make any sense on paper. I had never been an entrepreneur. Everyone thought I was crazy and said it wouldn't happen. But my intuition showed me the next step and then the next. Even when I had no experience or logical roadmap, things moved faster than logic could explain. And I share this because I want you to win. I believe in the power of new solutions that the world needs and in entrepreneurship. I've spent a big part of my life supporting entrepreneurial ecosystems and seed capital ecosystems around the world. You know, we're living in a world where logic is cheap and AI is everywhere. Your full spectrum intelligence and intuition is a real human advantage that AI can't give you because it senses information that even algorithms can't detect. It's a muscle, not a gift. You just need to train it. So if this resonates, like and subscribe, and look for other videos on how intuition and full spectrum intelligence can give you a massive edge in your sales, hiring, decision making, innovation, and more. Everything that's coming your way. So don't forget to have fun, and don't forget how powerful you really are.